time.
I'm just asking you the question because it's interesting because the marches are planned for the same day. That's why it's an interesting thing to discuss.
One of those marches has slogans like "Globalize the Intifada," "From the River to the Sea." I couldn't believe that Zach Polanski actually said that that was okay.
Tonight, Kemi Badenoch is going viral across Britain after 2 explosive clashes over antisemitism, pro-Palestine marches, and political intimidation completely changed the tone of the debate online. And what made this moment blow up wasn't just what she said, but the fact she refused to back down while being challenged live on camera.
It's fantastic. The rise of attacks from the Muslim people, though. Fantastic. Are they not worth protecting?
Thank you. The people who've died and who've been killed were Jewish people in synagogues. Let's stop pretending that something else is happening.
But this isn't about...
No, it is. It very much is. It very much is. It very much is about Jewish people. And you can say all that you like, but this is how the 1930s started, with people pretending not to see what was happening in front of them. I am not blind.
That exchange is now all over social media. But things got even more tense later when the BBC tried comparing Tommy Robinson protests to the pro-Palestine marches happening across Britain. And Badenoch's answer completely changed the atmosphere of the interview. Because when she says, these are no longer protests, you start understanding why this debate is becoming so explosive online. Before we get into the full clips, share this video because debates like this rarely get promoted honestly online anymore. Like the video, subscribe for more UK political coverage, and help this channel grow before stories like this disappear from people's feeds. Now, let's go back to where it started.
A long interview on this yesterday. You might disagree with my views, that's fine, but my views are my views. These are views. I want people to know, it's very important that people know what it is that they're voting for with me. And what they will have with me is someone who is very, very determined to stop this climate of intimidation and hatred towards Jews. I go to Jewish primary schools that have security guards outside. I don't see that outside any other primary school in this country. I go to supermarkets that have security guards. I go to businesses, Jewish businesses that are having their windows smashed in. Gale's Bakery having graffiti sprayed all over it. We need to stop pretending that this isn't happening. We do not want the 1930s repeated again. And what we see are people making excuses for this. You will never get excuses from me. We need to protect Jewish people.
What about the Muslim people, the rise of attacks from the Muslim people, though?
Fantastic.
Are they not worth protecting?
Thank you. The people who've died and who've been killed were Jewish people in synagogues. Let's stop pretending that something else is happening.
But this isn't about...
No, it is. It very much is. It very much is. It very much is about Jewish people. And you can say all that you like, but this is how the 1930s started, with people pretending not to see what was happening in front of them. I am not blind. I can see. No. I'm telling people the truth, and they will always know that I stand behind Jewish people and I stand for them. I'm sorry, but I disagree with you. You just have to accept that. Yes, that's too bad. That's too bad. People know where I stand, and I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm not going. No. I am the right. I am the right. Yes, and I'm very proud of being on the right. I'm not pandering to the far right. What I am doing is supporting. No. What I'm doing is supporting Jewish people from the sort of ignorance people like you put out there, and I will never be intimidated by it.
Consider taking similar action against the march that's planned for the same day as the pro-Palestinian march, May the 16th, the rally being organised by Stephen Yaxley Lennon, Tommy Robinson, a convicted far-right activist. Would you consider banning that
Well,
too?
is he creating a climate of intimidation and violence that is resulting in 2 people murdered in Heaton Park, 2 people nearly murdered in Golders Green? I'm not saying that we shouldn't have a right to protest. There is something specific that is happening at these marches that is different from the sorts of protests we've seen previously. People are not protesting about domestic issues. They're protesting about international issues. It's costing us a fortune. It's resulting in the normalization of violence towards a minority group. I think that we need to do what we can.
But some people might feel, and some people did feel, at that last big march called Unite the Kingdom, many people there were protesting perfectly peacefully. But some people did look at that march and feel intimidated. Right. Some people did look at that and think, I don't want to see that. There were concerns at that time, and there were arrests, and people were charged with racially aggravated offences at that particular march.
Right. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You haven't been able to say who that was targeted against. I am saying that there is something very specific happening to Jewish communities. Their primary schools have security guards outside them. I go to Jewish primary schools. These are little children that are worried about being hurt and attacked. Gale's Bakery, a bakery being graffitied, Jewish businesses are being smashed up. I'm not saying that the Kingdom March is perfect. I'm saying that something specific is happening here, and we need to look at it. We keep doing this whataboutery every time,
I'm
and
just asking you the question because it's interesting because the marches are planned for the same day. That's why it's an interesting thing to discuss.
One of those marches has slogans like "Globalize the Intifada," "From the River to the Sea." I couldn't believe that Zach Polanski actually said that was okay. Those words are not okay.
And should they be outlawed, as the Prime Minister has suggested?
So when the Prime Minister says something that is good, I completely support him. I think that now is the time. What is it that we're waiting for? What are we waiting for? Is it for millions of people to be hurt? Is it for more and more murders? Enough is enough. It's time to put a moratorium on these marches. Of course we believe in free speech. Of course we believe in the right to protest. But these are no longer protests. They are now being used as a cover for anti-Semitic activity. And I think that is something that the state needs to step in.
Mainstream media won't frame this debate honestly, which is exactly why millions are now watching these clips online instead. So here's the question. Was Badenoch right to take such a hard stance on these marches, or did she go too far? Leave your answer below. The best comment gets pinned. Like, subscribe, and share for more independent UK political coverage. Mainstream media won't frame this debate honestly, which is exactly why millions are now watching these clips online instead. So here's the question. Was Badenoch right to take such a hard stance on these marches, or did she go too far? Leave your answer below. The best comment gets pinned. Like, subscribe, and share for more independent UK political coverage.